Hi again. I'm just going to add a little something regarding the Almanac. So you probably have that in the States too, but it's Canadian, this one. It comes out every year, and it's been coming out every year since 1792. That's when they found it. I'm pretty sure it used to be a Moorish thing, like people who were here before the pale fellas came and, you know, took over everyone and everything. Um, Names are very meaningful. They comprise explanations if we listen to the echo of syllables and all that, and bird language. So here on the cover we have a lot of very interesting toroidal field symbolism. We have inner earth symbolism and blah 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 energy, and we have two people. Let's look. Robert B. Thomas. Thomas has to do with made you into a man. Thomas, it's a French verbing. And Benjamin Franklin, well, I explained in the last video. But, we've all seen the movie Back to the Future. Remember the Almanac? How it brings an advantage to bad guy, kind of, the guy with pale hair, and what's his name? I don't know what his name is, but he's a bit of a bully in the movie. Well, anyways, I think this was found. It used to be a Moorish thing, and there still are in there signs that it was Moorish. I don't know in this one, but I remember in the previous one, they still sell things that from the old days, when people used to cook in clay pots, because they understood the electromagnetic properties that we want to keep in food. And they understood that you got to simmer your food, not kill everything in it, because otherwise you lose all the properties. Well, look at this nice one too, eh? Established in 1790 by Robert Thomas. Rest not, life is sweeping by, go and there before you die. Something mighty and sublime, leave behind to conquer time. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, German writer. The old Farmer's Almanac, so not the new one, it's the old Farmer's Almanac, which they took. They have really interesting articles and old sayings, and there's a lot of knowledge about, weather and cycles and astrology. It's awesome. Honestly, it's like it's a gem. It's a gem, and it's worth a lot to have access to this for a farmer, especially people who like to grow food and who want to know when to plant stuff and all that. But I want to find a few of the traditional advertisements, things they advertise, just to show how Moorish it looks. But I don't know if I'll find it in this one. I don't remember. But we have things that are so, like, you would see them in the Middle East today, like copper dishes, copper things like, hang on, I'll show you one that I have. It's not copper though. I think this one's brass. This is a coffee Turkish kind of when you want to make Turkish coffee on the stove. Oh, look. It's stone and copper. So why? Well, there's reasons, because these, it maintains and brings great properties to what we cook, nutritional value and all that. Well, also place names are in the United States and Canada, but especially in the United States, I notice they also have a lot of place names that are now in the Middle East and in Africa, but we had those place names before here as well. Let me find more advertisements. Oh, look, Well, beeswax, it has nothing to do with the synthetic waxes that we use today. It's not the same properties, and the synthetic ones are not very healthy for us actually to breathe. So some topic we could look into. Bees are very interesting, and even their buzzing has properties. Like people heal themselves by putting beehives under a bed and things like that. Like the frequency, current events, very interesting articles. Honestly, this thing is reveals a lot. The Old Farmer's Store. The properties of fabrics we wear are also very, very impactful on our electromagnetic dynamo. So, for instance, if we wear wools, natural cottons, without, and I also read that in the Gypsy Bible, like the tribal Bible, they also talk about the quality of the fabrics we wear and the incidence it has on our health and our dynamo. So if we wear synthetic stuff, well, we drop. It's not so good for our frequency. But I love cashmere. So soft. Alpaca is also nice, but there's often little pieces of straw stuck in the wool, so that's itchy. So you got to remove all of the straw from the wool when you wear it, before you wear it. But the softest I like is cashmere. Cashmere can be worn directly against your skin. It's amazing. Oh, look at that, the kettles. Finally, a civilized way to polish our silver. Silver's good. And look at the Moorish style. This, a lighthouse is great because it's also symbolic of ourselves, our body. Like a lighthouse always has a custodian, a guardian, a presence of, and it's symbolic of our bodies because our body needs a presence of mind, presence of spirit to be lit. Oh, look, copper and brass. And also I want to say, sorry, I'm all over the place. Oh, clay. Clay is so important. Clay. Use clay for water. Like here in my town, all of the old pipes underground that carried water were all made of clay. And like clay with a bit of iron, like a bit reddish. And to this day, they're still super solid and they're not gooey or anything. They're like top quality for our health and for maintaining the electromagnetic properties of water. But for some reason, right now, they're breaking them apart and changing them to plastic, polycarbonate stuff, like bright colors like blue and turquoise, and it doesn't make any sense because how come they took the time to make quality stuff when there was basically almost no population paying taxes and all that, and now that we're so many people paying super high taxes, they can't afford the quality stuff anymore underground. They replace it with the cheapest. And I did talk to the laborers who do replace those, and they know it makes no sense, and they're putting the cheap stuff in for our water now in our cities, like Lennoxville and Sherbrooke and all that. They're aware that it's replacing it for not too high quality stuff, but if people can make a lot of money, they will, no matter. So yeah, and they have good fertilizers in there too, like natural organic stuff. So take a look at it. The Farmer's Almanac, the old Farmer's Almanac. I'll stop here. There's a lot about the weather, and it's also about, like, they have sayings, and it's beautiful. Like, it's a gem. It's a gem, really, and we're lucky they renewed it. Like, they took it not just for themselves. It's available. I get it from Clark and Son, Clark and Sons in Lennoxville. They sell it every year. It's a really nice farmer's store. So thank you. Have a really nice day. Bye bye. And if you like astrology, you'll find stuff in there too.